Today we're going to read a story called Tiny Creatures, the World of Microbes. What are the tiniest creatures you can think of? Can you think of some tiny creatures? This book will talk about creatures that are much, much tinier than ants. In fact, they are so small you can't see them unless you look through a microscope. They are called microbes, and they live everywhere on Earth, in the air, in water, and even on the inside of your body. Let's find out more about these tiny creatures and the important jobs they do. So this is called Tiny Creatures. It's a nonfiction exploratory text, The World of Microbes by Nicola Davies, illustrated by Emily Sutton. Noticing they have a magnifying glass. Ooh, microbes. Little bitty things. Tiny creatures, the world of microbes. You know about big animals, and you know about small animals. What is a big a well? That's a tiny, tiny ant. But do you know that there are creatures so tiny that millions could fit on this ant's antenna? Wow, here's the antenna zoomed in. There's the antenna. As tiny, so tiny that we'd have to make the ant's antenna as big as a whale to show them to you. Wow, that's teeny tiny. And they made it really big. They don't have eyes, heads or legs, branches or roots or leaves because they aren't animals or plants, but they are alive. They are called microbes, and there are lots of them. A single drop of seawater can hold 20 million microbes. That's about the same as the number of people in New York State. Woo, look at all these people. That's a lot of microbes in a teeny tiny drop of water. And a teaspoon of soil can have as many as 1 billion microbes. That's about the same as the number of people in the whole of India. Wow, look at all those people in India, in the country of India. That's how many are in a teaspoon of soil. Wow, that's a lot. Microbes live everywhere, in the sea, on land, in the soil, and in the air. They live in places where nothing else does, like in volcanoes, or inside rocks, or at the back of your fridge. Here's the volcanoes. Or inside rocks, or at the back of your fridge. They also live on the outside and inside of plants and animals. Wow, they have little drawings showing you inside animals, inside here, inside this tree, inside this cat, inside this mouse. Right now, there are more microbes living on your skin than there are people on Earth. And there are 10 or even 100 times as many as that in your stomach. Wow, don't worry. Although some microbes make you sick, the ones that live in you and on you all the time help keep you well. That's good to hear, isn't it? But even though they are too small to see, they are not all the same. There are lots of different kinds, more than there are different kinds of animals and plants. Some are tinier than others, as different in size as ants and whales. Here's the poliovirus, one of the smallest microbes. Paramecium, 2,000 times bigger than the poliovirus. Wow, so here's the size of the poliovirus. Here's the size of the paramecium. Pretty big, although they're all pretty small. Some microbes are round, some are skinny, some look like shells, some are squishy. Some have wiggly tails, some look like daisies, some look like spaceships, and some look like necklaces. Microbes can eat anything. plants, animals, alive or dead, even oil and rocks. They're too small to have mouths, so they just soak up what they need through their skin. That's why the things microbes eat don't disappear in bites. They change slowly into something else. So food turns into compost or dirt. Milk turns into yogurt. Rocks turn into soil. And when microbes are well fed, they are really, really good at making more microbes. They simply split so that where there was one, 20 minutes later, there are 2, and then 4, and then 8, and then 16, starting with just one microbe of a type called E. coli, which of course could be far too small for you to see. It would take 11.5 hours for there to be enough E. coli to fill this space. Wow, that's a lot. And 20 minutes later, ooh, wow, they would all split and double to fill this space. That's a lot. There, y'all are amazed. That's why it takes only a few of the wrong kind of microbes, the kind we call germs, to get into your body to make you sick. See the mosquito? It's a label called mosquito, and he's biting him. They get in through your mouth or through a cut or sometimes through an insect's bite. Then inside you, where they are warm and well fed, they split and split and split until just a few germs have turned into thousands, then millions. They're still tiny, but there are enough of them to make you sick. So it's best to stop them from getting in. They're in a tent. They're stopping the bugs from getting them. They have a little tent mesh on the front so the bugs can't get in. Luckily, only a few kinds of microbes can make humans sick. Most microbes are busy doing other things. What do you notice they're doing right here? They're washing their hands, aren't they? And right now, we're all being cautious to make sure we're washing our hands. So they're doing good hygiene. We sing happy birthday 2 times, remember, when we're washing our hands. And because microbes are so good at making more microbes, some of the things they do are very, very big. They can wear down mountains and build up cliffs. They can stain the sea red and turn the sky cloudy and make snowflakes grow. Wow, microbes can do a lot, can't they? They recycle everything that dies to make soil so that new life can sprout. And they help to make our air good to breathe. All over the earth, all the time, tiny microbes are eating and eating and splitting, changing one thing into another. They are the invisible transformers of our world, the tiniest lives doing some of the biggest jobs. I hope you liked our book today. It sure was a good one to talk about when we're all taking a break at home right now, isn't it? So I want to share the message of our story. Knowing some microbes helps you better understand how the world works. It is amazing to learn that creatures so tiny that you can't even see them are so important to life on Earth. Thank you for reading my book today, guys. I hope